Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got the world champion, the multi-Call of Duty champion, the legend, Dylan Attach Price. Of course, we got the world champion, some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for Christopher Duarte, Parasite. And then we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, how we doing? How we feeling? Short day of COD today. Pretty much as expected. How we all doing today, man? We'll start with you, Duarte. Good to have you back. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, I'm back. Yeah, today was not really too eventful, not gonna lie. But I think the best part about today is we've got the Christmas update for the game. We got Blackheart back in, so you guys will see that next week in the CDL, as well as challengers this weekend or next weekend. And then we also got a balancing patch for the SMGs, along with some other things that they're changing. So honestly, that was the highlight of my day. I love my stats. I love that nerdy shit. So.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that. We'll probably start with that. Just start with some of the changes. But before we do that, let's go around the table here. Benjay, how are you? You doing all right, Benjay?
Yeah, good. Good day of watch parties. Watch FaZe CS Masterclass this morning. That was awesome. They'll play Navi tomorrow for a spot in the final. And yeah, I'm excited to do last couple of days of matches for a while. We got the cup starting tomorrow. Curious who wins that. And yeah. With the boys side.
The Stallion's been grinding, man. Got the Challengers Cup tomorrow. Stallion's been going nuts. Speaking of grinding, speaking of team scrimming, we got Attach and Octane who have been scrimming this weekend or this past week.
Your baby ass teams out back, unfortunately.
Yeah,
come on.
Belt to ass for Stallions black and red.
Come on. They're acting like they didn't lose every hard point against Stallions red. They're acting like they didn't lose.
Tom,
See, now you're already lying.
For 3 days, and
they won one hard point.
Counts.
They won one hard point, guys. They won one.
Competed in 3 years. You guys scrim every day, Tom.
You're a world champion. Something I am not. What's going on, Sam? How you doing? You doing good?
I'm doing great, man. I'm making my challengers return. Matches were shit. Can't wait to talk.
If matches were shit, we're gonna go over them, talk about some of these mistakes, break down some of these gameplays, and we're also gonna take a look at tomorrow and see what's going on. We got some bangers tomorrow. How you doing, Dill? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. About the same as Sam. Matches were kind of boring. I mean, we saw a little reverse sweep, though, which was cool out of Boston. And yeah, just excited for tomorrow's matches because today kind of went as expected.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to get into it. Duarte, why don't you kick things off? So what are all the changes? I don't know if there's like a link or something that somebody has. Maybe I can pull it up.
It's in the Flank production, I believe.
Okay, cool. I'll pull it up right now. But Duarte, why don't you give us a little summary of kind of what's going on tomorrow with this update? Because you're really happy about it. So what, they're buffing the subs?
Okay, so they buffed the recoil attachments on the subs that are mainly used. So you got your muzzle, your compensator got buff. You got the biggest recoil buff will be it's called the control stock. It's named differently in all the subs for whatever reason, but it's the one that gives you vertical and horizontal recoil control. So they buffed that and they took away the cons. So it no longer reduces your ADS speed and it no longer reduces your ADS walking speed. So it's usable. And then they added damage range to the overpressured rounds, which previously only gave you bullet velocity. So now it acts like another barrel. So if I were to guess where this would change weapons, I think it still keeps the Dravik as a great weapon. It's going to be used. You're still going to see usage out of it, I think, on maybe like maps like Scar. But I think you saw players like Envoy, and even today, Gwyn experimented with using the MPC on maps like Colossus. But I still think with the recoil being as strong as it has been with like the MPC and even the Raiden and stuff like that, we haven't really seen the true potential of those weapons. But I think now with this patch, you can probably use other SMGs on those smaller hills and those smaller maps, like maybe Den or Colossus and stuff like that. So I think there could be variety of actual SMGs used. Mm-hmm. But they pretty much just buffed all of the recoil attachments.
We have seen it a little bit, right? Some pros have been trying out different subs. What's the one sub that everybody's using? Isn't it that what's the one that Gwyn had out today in the P1?
The MPC. Yeah.
The MPC, which we've seen people use a little bit. But it is true, right, Chris? Like you can't really use it at medium to long range. Like it's kind of just one of those guns where you can use it in like close quarter combat and stuff. But
I still want to test. But if I were to give you like my early winners here, the Raiden wins a lot. MPC definitely wins a lot. Those are your two primarily like up close damage dealers, which I don't think the pros would mind using. I don't know if the Kogat, the new SMG from season 1 will ever see use, because you know how pros are with DLC weapons, but that gun is insane and it got buffed. And then for range, the Dravik obviously still nice. But maybe the cordite or whatever it's called, the one with the 50 rounder, I think could be decent as well. So I'm gonna test them myself. But yeah, up close, the Raiden and the NPC are nothing to fuck with now. Like they with the recoil buff and easier to shoot, I think up close those things are going to be insane.
Yeah. You guys think a meta change is on the way or what? What do you guys think? Dill, Sam, Benjay? Maybe a little meta change here?
I'm reluctant because the Dravik's kind of a do-it-all. And I think even with like some of the recoil stuff, I don't know if they're going to make any changes. But I mean, I would like to because I feel like the gun meta in this game is like somewhat boring. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you guys agree with that, but
The maps play a factor into it though. Like there's a lot of long range line of sights. I think we see more map changes or maybe on certain maps you might see different weapons, but I still think the Dravik will be used on like majority of the maps probably.
Yeah, I like the Dravik. The only thing I don't like about the Dravik is how slow it shoots for like a submachine gun. It just it doesn't have like that aggressiveness to it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it almost feels like a crossover between a sub and an AR, right? Because like you can kill people at range with a Dravik for sure, like medium and long range. Huh?
It's just dopeless. It's a dopeless gun.
Yeah,
it's cool, but like you don't get that like adrenaline burst.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a weird meta. I kind of am on Chris's side here, where I'm kind of excited to see like maybe some of these other subs come into play and be used. So we'll see. You know, we might actually get a proper meta change here. But what about you, Dill? What did you think of some of the changes you've seen?
I mean, it'd definitely be exciting if we could see the NPC use more, just like for like the close range subs. I mean, the issue with the Dravik is, or not the issue, but the thing that is why it's so good because it has no recoil at all. So hopefully there's a sub out there that could beat it close range so people will consistently use that up close in different hills. But yeah, like you guys said, the Dravik is just so good. The M15 is also so good. But maybe one sub that give one player running around, getting your most aggressive player using the NPC could be cool to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Ben, any thoughts on some of the patch notes? And then they made some changes to Overload, right? They're making some Overload changes?
So a couple of more changes. So Blackheart's back in, and the colleague did tweet out that with the fix of Blackheart being back in, it will not get played in the CDL or in Challengers competitions this weekend. We'll be back in for CDL competition, starting with the week 3 qualifiers in January, and for Challengers next week in Cup number 3, which is the last Cup of December. So Blackheart will get back in and start seeing that next week. As well as you pull the patch notes back up, Tom, a couple of changes with regards to how the spawn logic works. So if you want to go ahead and pull that up, we can read through it.
So
Go ahead,
just to
Chris.
summarize it, they basically made it so player positioning and line of sight matters less when it comes to influencing spawns. And I think their goal was to prevent spawn trapping as much in like games like Dom, but it's also going to affect hardpoint because if line of sight and player positioning matters a little bit less, you're probably not going to get as many egregious split spawns and flipping from like one player like going a little too rogue. So I'm interested to see how that changes, but they did say it is changing. So we'll see how that actually plays when the pros and challengers get their hands on it. I'm sure they'll be vocal about it when they do.
Spawn updates are always a little weird, bro.
Well, I think one thing in particular, and I'm curious if anyone's played 8 so you can speak to this, like on a lot of hills right now, if you cross that 50-yard line on the hill, like the plain hill on Scar, for example, like you're going to spawn one person out if you're not hard blocking, like the green side. So I wonder if with these changes, it's affected that influence or if that's still going to happen. But I think to Chris's point, like ideally, I think what they're trying to do is have less splits because like in pubs and shit, like people aren't going to sit there and
I think the main offender is Colossus, bro. Colossus hardpoint. Those split spawns are diabolical.
I'm not even a big fan of that map, to be honest with you. If I had to choose one map to go, it'd probably be Colossus.
I was talking about it when
It's
we
so
were watching.
entertaining, though.
It is
that
entertaining,
Boston
but
versus
just
Rocker,
playing
you don't get that on other maps.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, it is entertaining to watch, and it is a bang out. But just playing it, it just feels like just nade tack flood, nade tack flood, nade tack flood, just over and over again.
Coming in soon. We know Fringe is going to come back, and I think Fringe is going to play a lot better with actual wall jumping because that train hill without any sort of advanced movement was terrible.
Yeah, that was really bad.
So that's going to play a lot better, in my opinion. I think Yemen's going to do good in this game, and then we got Meltdown coming in. If I were to guess, man, if they keep putting out good remakes, like if they bring out even some BO4 maps, we know Gridlock's coming back supposedly. It's actually in the game. If you go out of the map, I think on Express, you can go find Gridlock. So we know that's going to come in eventually. Bro, this map pool might turn into like a BO4, BO2 mix, and I honestly do not mind that. I think maybe the only 2 maps that I would consider not changing or not taking out at all right now would probably be like Den, maybe Scar and Exposure, maybe Scar. I don't
wouldn't
know.
take out Scar or Exposure. I think
Scar
both. I
plays
think those
good,
maps play
like
well.
fundamentally, but it's just like all ARs a lot of the time.
What do you guys think about Utopia? We haven't really talked about that yet. I played it a little bit yesterday. I was playing 8s on it. I actually like that map. It plays pretty well. And it's a pretty cool looking map. It kind of
I like it for search.
It has like a 6-star vibe to it almost. At least playing it, to me it looked like 6-star. What do you guys think of that map? You think it's viable?
Like were like the spawns chaotic, or did it feel like
No. I thought the spawn seemed pretty reasonable. I mean, I didn't get a lot of reps on it. I played it a couple times, but just from playing it, like I felt like I knew where people were coming from and where the spawns were at.
I would like Utopia just because I feel like it actually promotes more sub usage and like closer range fights. Like, and that's like where we would see like other weapons being used because the lines of sight are so much like more condensed. But I thought for search, because I played it in like Console Kings tournaments, I think for search it was actually fun.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Ben.
No official thoughts on. No official thought.
Nah, you go ahead, Ben. It's all you.
I think one thing I'd like to see with the map pool is I would like to see a split with maps, to your point, Chris, where I think there's more sub influence and a couple maps that are more AR influence, which I think is going to promote a really interesting meta of like the best teams are going to be able to play both ways. And like some specialist teams that are going to be really good at a couple set of maps, be able to take off of, certain matchups where other teams can't square with them on those maps, but they're going to struggle on the other set. Like I would like that when we see that in the map pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where you got to be good on the 3 AR maps, and you got to be good on the 3 sub maps. We get to a grand final, we get to a best of 7, but it may promote, like a specialist team against the right matchup, being able to get an upset.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Fringe. I think Fringe is going to be like actually really good in this game. It's going to play like it's going to play almost like Black Ops 3 with the wall bouncing, like at the train hill, for instance. Right, or even like the Granny's Hill, or the P2, kind of on the side, like with the long wall, like the long brick wall there and stuff. Like I just feel like Fringe will play really well in this game, just how the movement and the mechanics are. But go ahead, Dill. Are you gonna say something, Dill?
No, I was gonna say I think the biggest challenge when it comes to old maps is like the old maps need to be really good. That's the reason why there's no old maps except for Raid S&D being played, because Raid HP got taken out because it didn't play that well. The pros were saying. Like the pros don't really want to play the older maps unless it's like really good. So the maps are gonna have to make sense. The spawns are gonna have to make sense. Nothing too crazy, because I know they want to like stick to more of the original maps that are in Black Ops 7. So we'll see if they add certain maps. But it would be cool to see like a Gridlock or some other BO4 maps come in. But then Utopia, I also feel like that map is like actually pretty big, and there's so many different like staircases, underground, outer routes with the wall run on one side, the train on the other. It definitely. I don't know how good it will play in competitive. I don't even know if the pros are going to try it out. It would be worth a try, but from actually playing it a couple times, I don't think it's that good. It's not like, oh my God, we need to play this map. It's just whatever. Kind of like some of the maps we have in already. So it's not like a must-have in my opinion.
We're going to get the opportunity, I think, where the mid-season maps will drop before major ones. So like, we'll have a good opportunity to see. Okay, like
mid-season's Yemen, right?
Yeah, I think
Yemen's Meltdown for sure. In the Yemen, yeah.
Which by the way could also be really good overload maps. But anyway, like I think you're going to be able to make a couple of decisions, because I think Blackheart and like it's Hardpoint, Blackheart and Colossus to me are like the two obvious rotate outers. But
question, because I don't know the CDL schedule. When's the next weekend the pros will play?
We have a little
January
break, right?
Or something.
Yeah, we have a little break for a little while.
So about 2 weeks. So
later than that. They don't play till the 9th.
So 2 weeks.
We basically have a month. No, we have a month.
3 weeks.
Oh man,
it's the 12th right now, Duarte. We don't play till January 9th, so we got basically a month coming up. So a little bit of a holiday break for a little while. But some people are saying L's, but it is the holidays, right? So I feel like people are going to be away and people are going to be busy, but I don't know if it needs to be that long of a break. But I think a break is needed for the holidays. But that might
We'll just be having the same conversation we always do on what teams take it off the least amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, 1 month is kind of a lot. But
which teams are flying across the country and taking off time? They come back, they don't look too good. There's a crazy upset.
Yeah.
How it always goes.
Please, Jean.
If you look at like ATL FaZe last year, they were complete ass in fucking December.
Yeah.
They played probably the most in the after that, and then they didn't lose a series for a month and a half straight. So
yeah.
I will say, looking at the schedule this year, for what it's worth, this 3-week break is the longest break because of the like crazy long major 2 cycle. There aren't that many weeks off between now and like champs after that 3-week break, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Sam, you got anything on the new updates? Anything else you want to say before we hop into?
No, I'm kind of just excited for a mix up in the respawn map pool. I think the old, or I guess remakes at this point, could be entertaining, but I think Pat made a good point a while ago about some of the remakes. It's just like how they play in this game could be influenced with the wall bouncing. Like standoff is completely unviable. Like the map is just not good at all in this title.
Yeah.
So it depends. I mean, I think Yemen could be good just because of the size of the map. Meltdown Search I think could be good, but I think we're just like teetering a fine line with all the movement additions in the game because, like I said, they turned standoff, which is one of the fan favorites, into like just completely horrible in this title.
That's because the movement's like faster, and it wasn't even played in Cold War outside of Search. And the reason it wasn't played in Cold War in Hardpoint was because it was so fucking small. It's the same thing. But like Gridlock, for example, Yemen, Meltdown, they're all very big. So I don't think you'll have issues on those.
Yeah. I can see Meltdown maybe coming into play. I don't know. We got to kind of just see how they play, but
maybe Meltdown HP. You never know.
They didn't change like how big the map. Like for instance, they didn't stretch out standoff, did they?
No,
it's the same size.
It's the same.
Yeah. See, that's kind of. I thought they talked about like changing the layout to make it bigger because of the movement.
They changed the elevation and some stuff.
Okay.
Well, the issue is like P1. Like, bro, you could just get on P1 wall bounce and get information, shoot people top grandmas. So it's like you're shooting people as they're running up to the hill, which shouldn't be a thing. Like, they should actually make the walls higher so you don't just have free reign to get kills while you're in the hill soaking.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how they play, but at least we got some things being added in. So, we can get excited for that. We'll see how some of these new guns, how the meta changes, maybe some new maps in a rotation. We'll see what happens. But let's hop into the first series of the day today. We got the Riyadh Falcons going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens. And the Falcons get their first win of the season. Give it up for the Falcons, folks. They get their first win of the season, man. What an absolute pleasure. We start things off at a Colossus Hardpoint 250 to 166. For the Falcons in that one. Then we go to a Scar S&D, 6-2 Falcons, and then exposure overload, almost like control, 4-2 Falcons. So this series wasn't even close. Carolina kind of got mopped here. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet, and oh, Maron, we got another red carpet from Carolina. We got a .76 from Craze, a .77 from Lurks, a .93 from Nero, and a .73 from Slasher. 3 of the 4 players, -14. Nero, -4. On the other side, you had a 1.15 from Pred, a 1.15 from Kismet, a 1.18 from Exnid, and a 1.55 with the most damage in the lobby from Celium. So, all those big bucks that they're paying him over there seems to be paying off because he's going absolutely nuts right now. And, of course, he's going to be the MVP of today's match with a 1.74 in Hardpoint, a 2.5 in S&D, and a 1.16 in Overload. MC letting it sing here today. What a series from him. Dylan, we'll start with you. We'll work our way down. What you think of the series? Celium and the boys, they come out and they get their first W. I mean, what are your thoughts? Carolina not looking too hot?
Well, first thought is I trolled. I gave way too much credit to Carolina going into this. I think I said on the watch party I won't be picking them again for a while. I thought their rookies and just the younger players were going to pop off and take over when I saw like Colossus HP, but it was opposite. I mean, Falcons ran this whole series. I love seeing Kismet run a sub on that map 1. He was making insane plays on the P1s. He would always hit the left pinch, get behind him on P2, flip him out. It was beautiful. We've been begging Kismet to run a sub more for this team. And they look great. Stelling even pulled out a sub. He was frying because he just has all the talent in the world. He just has to run around and use it. But yeah, Falcons look great. I'm excited they're like looking how they should have been because I know they played the top 2 teams, LAT and Optic, before last weekend. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, Carolina all of them look awful. All the Falcons look great. So I'm excited to see how much further Falcons could go with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you do. I feel like I was giving Carolina too much credit as well. I actually thought they were going to come in and make this a series, and they got put in an absolute blender today. Duarte, we'll go to you. Carolina, Falcons put them down. It's also a great point too, Dylan. Falcons had a really hard start to the season, right? Compared to now.
Yeah.
Now they play, a mid-pack team, and they kind of stomp them out. But what do you think, Duarte? What do you think of the series?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple people on the show that did pick Carolina Royal Ravens.
I don't want to talk about it, man. I don't want to talk about it.
Not gonna lie, bro. Like we just looked at. I think people are just looking at Falcons from last year and being like, it's the Falcons. But like we got to forget, or we can't forget they got Celium on this roster, bro, and that guy can pretty handily like 1v4 like some people in the league. So he did that today. Well, he didn't do that today, but he was absolutely fucking tucking, and he was actually trying out a new class. So we'll see if pros swap over. He was actually the first person last year to use that like infiltrator stock on the AR, and then pretty much everyone else started running it. So he might be shaking up the little AR meta.
Oh, he's got the vertical grip on, doesn't he? Didn't he put a new grip on?
Yeah, he was putting on the strafing grip on, because there's actually a grip that gives you the same, or gives you like more strafe as well. So he was like doubling down on it, which is kind of cool to watch.
Okay.
So he was flying, and yeah, I mean they handled them. I think Royal Ravens on the Overload, they were putrid at it. We were watching them play it, and we were all like just mind boggled at what they were doing. They were never killing people out of their base. The hard point was clean out of Falcons, and I think the S&D Ravens had a couple rounds that they had a chance in, but overall it was a fucking clean one.
Yeah. What about you, Benjay? What are your thoughts?
I think a couple of things on the Falcons side, like, you know, this is establishing the standard early. Like, if you want to be in the contention level of teams, which I'm sure these guys want to be now with this project, like, you should handle a team like Carolina in a fashion like this, where you boss them across the 3 maps and your star players are making plays. All 4 players on Falcons today played awesome. I think to Dylan's point, like some of the role stuff that we were confused about got clarified, especially with seeing them play Colossus. I think that really fits their style and hardpoint. You know, in S&D, we saw MC sniping on the Scar. So, like, I just think a lot of the micro adjustments they made have paid off, and shout out to them for playing clean series. I think on the Carolina side, like, they're going to have series like this where it just looks like, to me, crazy and looks for uncomfortable. I think for Carolina, like, they got to find a way to play better after the break. I don't think they don't have another match this week, correct? I think they only played 2 games.
Really? That's weird.
In December, which is wild. So, like, they're, I think, completely done until January. So a lot of practice time, but 0-2 start. They didn't look particularly good in either series. I'm not really sure what happens with this team. Hopefully, maybe the introduction of Blackheart maybe gives them something to anchor in the pool, but not a great showing from Carolina.
Yeah.
Off the rip there.
What do you think, Sam? I mean, what's going on with Carolina? What are your thoughts on the Falcons? Give us your thoughts, Sam.
I thought the Falcons played a really clean series today. I was pleasantly surprised because I'm not super high on the team. I don't know if I still am. I think it's the Ravens, so I'm not. They beat them handily. There's nothing really negative to say about the series on their end, but I really want to see what they look like against the teams that we're going to be comparing them to, which right now looks to be the FaZes, the Torontos of the league. So until I see a matchup there, I'm going to reserve judgment. But I think on the side of Ravens, my early season read on this team was just it's a rookie team with Austin kind of leading the way, and I think that if Austin isn't playing well, then this team is kind of dead in the water. I understand that, again, it's a rookie build, so you're hoping Nero has those crazy 1.5 series or crazy lurks can pop off here and there, but I think last year we really saw the peak of the Ravens' success at the beginning of the season, and that's not all on Austin, but when he was playing really well at the start in hardpoint specifically, we had this team top 4 or 5 in the league. They're playing well in search. Things were going really well. But I don't know the longevity of this roster, consistency wise in respawn or in search. I think this team is kind of dead on arrival, to be honest with you, which sucks to say this early in the season unless they utilize the break well, but I don't really see them going super far. I think they'll be probably around the top 8 mark for the rest of the season, to be honest. Yeah. It's harsh words, but I don't really see them making any major upsets.
I think the problem, Sam, is if you're one of these underdog teams like this, you got to overperform in a specific game mode, right? Last year, with the Carolina team, they were very good at protocol, everything off the rip, right? Hardpoint and search. And it kind of masked their overload issue or their control issues for a while until it caught up to them. Bro, watching these guys play in the kickoff tournament and in these first 2 matches, they an S&D team? Are they an overload team? Fucking hell no. And the hard point, it looks like they got kind of gapped. So I just don't see the win condition right now for them.
Yeah. I think a lot of negativity on the Ravens side, but I think Falcons played a really clean series today, which I was pleasantly surprised. I thought this was going to be a fucking 3-2, 250, 240 hard point. I really thought this was going to be a close series, and they came out and just left no room for interpretation whatsoever. Yeah. So whether that be game planning or just MC having a 1.6, I mean, they played flawless COD today, so shout out to them.
Yeah,
they need a Blackheart and Colossus hardpoint in every set or at least one. This is the type of team that's built for those 3 sub maps.
Mm-hmm.
So get them in the pool. Try not play as much Den or Scar if you can against the more AR stack teams, and they'll have more success in map 1s and map 4s.
Yeah, one thing we've always critiqued with Falcons is how are their comms going to be? Well, that's where we're starting today. And this year's going to take a look at a few clips. Well, let's go into the listening with Falcons and see how these guys are common, because this is one thing we've been talking about with them since they made the team, is how they're going to mesh in common games. So let's see how they sound.
That's time. I'm picking up rock. I know this side. I have left. I don't know. Yo, two right. They're on the right route. On the right route. Two of them. He's already back crate. Already deep right. It's deep right plat. Go front. Give me chest. I mean, make that. Or like, I'm on him up. P1. One shot side though, one shot looks, absolutely go blue steps, one shot. In the back. Oh my god, Bulldog. One shot, turn the back. Flank in the middle, flank in mid. In the back. That's one more in the back. I'm playing out front, I'm the best front. Nothing right. I have you on front looks. You're by yourself. Help time. Oh, I'm doing. Nice. Full front. I didn't need to push MC. Double shot left MC. Yeah. Do this. P1 Nero. P1 and one on time.
I run out.
Take your time. Whoever's in the back.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm done.
One shot.
The statue. Where'd he go? Flash your statue. He's just holding.
I'm holding top for a second. I'm playing it.
I'm holding yellow pinch MC. The one's pinching you guys P4. It could be deep. Back into the.
All right, it's going to do it for the listening. What'd you guys think? Their comms are hilarious, man. I love listening to their comms.
This is gonna sound insane, but I actually love how little I heard Kiz. Like, I think if he was trying to calm as much as his teammates were, I think that listening would have sounded 10 times worse. Like, all of what Kiz was saying in that listening was, like, very small, very important things, and it was none of the filler shit that, like, all three of his teammates do all the time. So, like, the beginning of the listening, he was picking up the right, he was calling out the back spawn, he called out the pinch, he called out, like, the important, like, who are missing and when kind of things, instead of just, like, on me, front, what's up, people? Like, I think it would have made things sound infinitely worse than that did right there. So small, but I think that helps.
Yeah. The problem, Sam, is the limitation in that is like they can get away with these style comms on a black card on a Colossus where it's mixy, and even if you make a mistake, you spawn close to the hill and you can flood. Like when they gotta do the simple things to like control the map on a den, like I think their communication issues, which is we knew was gonna be a shortcoming as a work in progress, is probably what's costing them, some progression on the map currently.
I don't doubt it.
I also thought Xnate's communication sounded pretty well. Sounded pretty good. He looked like I feel like he's definitely learning the language. He sounded better this time around than he did last year. But just love the energy that they were bringing, to be honest with you. I feel like they're feeding off each other's energy right now. Obviously, it sounded a little chaotic, but I thought it sounded pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but, you can work with that. I think you could work with what they're bringing to the table right now. What do you think, Dill? So you smirking over there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Fred's comms, too. His comms are really good, hyping people up. My kid's getting kills in the back. He's calling, oh my God, Bulldog. And then he's just hyping everyone up, calling the plays out. I mean, there's very little like talking to each other. They're more so just saying what's going on in their screen. Like, yo, I have this, yo, I have this. It's not like, yo, I got this, do this, or let's crossfire this. But they're going to get there. I mean, it's a work in progress. We can't expect the best comms so soon into the season. But at least three of them are talking. Kismet kind of knows what he has to do and not do in the comms. So we'll see where that goes from there. But not the worst.
Yeah, Duarte, anything on the comps? Anything you want to add to that?
No, I think they sound fine.
Let's take a look at this rotation here over towards this P3. I know, Dylan, you were talking about it during the watch party that Carolina just keeps trolling these hills. Well, let's take a look here and see kind of what happened here on this setup and how they're just able to get broken so easily here. It just seemed way too easy for Falcons there, right? Like just how quickly they're able to just break down the setup. I do think maybe a little bit of an overchow here from Lurks.
Yeah. I also think Slasher should have got in tunnel to help his teammate like earlier. Like right here, Lurks pushed out front. He gets the kill. They have all the time in the world. But once the guy dies tunnel and they have their side, they just control the hill because they have no one else in time now. So that's, I think, the biggest mistake that happens right here. Like right here, after Slasher gets that kill, they got at least try to get tunnel earlier.
He backed up. He ran backwards. He got out of hill and like kind of like, I don't know, he kind of gave himself like bad timing there.
Yeah, because this is Ravens Hill now. Now he tries to cross. They have the crossfire. They have tunnel control. Like, it's going to be so hard to break this.
Yeah. And another thing, number 6 is really, Nero was so far out of the play. I mean, there's still a lot of time in this, but look how far he is. He's so far away from the hard point with 30 seconds still on here. I mean, I like that he's holding because he doesn't want the flips coming in, but he's just kind of late to it, right? Like everybody just kind of collapses. He's not really there to help, and Falcons are able to get in there pretty quickly. Like, I just don't think You know, if somebody's gonna go around, I feel like you could just play a little tighter and hold your pinch from the setup. But
I think he's trying to block that P4 spawn.
But don't you block it? Can you block
I
it
could be
running?
wrong, but-
Can't you block it right where number 7 is now, like where he's like where
No.
Craze is, or do you have to be back there?
No,
Get
I
that
think
to be right there?
I feel like he's playing it so far away to the point where he's trying to block.
That's because
both.
his teammate was pushed up front.
Yeah.
his
on the
teammate was pushed up
rotation.
super far.
Oh,
But I
it's-
wonder if you're in the yellow lobby area if it blocks.
I would much rather them just play tighter on their own, just not even push up at all.
Me too. I just think the setup needs to be tighter. Personally, I feel like it's a little just sporadic. Like Lurks is pushed all the way out front, Nero's nowhere to be found, and then you know if you're Slasher and you're Craze, like you're kind of on this hard point. Get it? 3 guys are swarming you. 2 are coming through tunnel. They're pushing through front. It just seemed like it was a little sporadic on the rotation here. And kind of screwed them a little bit. So great break though from the Falcons, right? Taking their time, taking those routes. I think that's what's most important here. And we saw that again towards the end of this game with the Bulldog taking some routes, which I'll pull up. But then I wanted to go into the P4, and there was another problem here with just getting broke. Like you can see Carolina on the minimap, right? Like they're here, they're spawning in the back. Like they have a pretty good setup. You see Slasher trying to pull out the submachine gun, trying to get active. And we'll just take a look here and see what happened to Carolina's setup. I got about 25 seconds left in his hard point. And Falcons just bully through the front of this hard point. I mean, Kismet finds 1, AG finds 2, and Carolina just get absolutely pounced here through the front. I mean, that would have been a good 20 there. Yeah. It just seemed too easy, no, Dylan? Just pushing through the front like this. It just seems...
Yeah, I mean, it was a 2v3. If you watch, like, Slasher got a little antsy, dies middle, which isn't the end of the world, but then number 7 so far out of the play again. They literally already killed his 2 teammates in hill, and he's still at the back hallway of the hill. Like, you can't help in any gunfight there. And at this much time, though, once you already peak this, you know no one else is going to go around. Even if they do,
Yeah.
let them go around and waste time.
Did
Just go help your teammate on hill, guarantee the time.
Yeah.
Because if they get this wave of time, they could push out to new and get P1 control and statue control.
Slasher would have yelled at me for this play a long time ago if I did what Slasher just did here. He would have cooked me.
I mean, it's also just like I wouldn't say timing, but it's just like who they have on the objective. Like number 8 is Lurks, so like he's probably running a sub if I had to guess. And once number 1, who is Celium, he's got an AR, takes that angle from him on that head glitch, he can't really peek. Like he can throw shoulders or whatever, but he's probably gonna get back down, and then they're just gonna flood. So they just played it like if they had an AR in that situation where they could have like efficiently team shot it and maybe prevented a push, they were going to get broken from the front.
I just think Slasher just needs to play a corner here. Just play a corner and just hold this. And if they all hit front, he can just back up and help. And then if he gets the kill, if the guy does push out and he kills him, then he can pinch. Then you just pinch it real quick.
Bro, I hate so a lot of people just like they're so like basic with the way they play the game. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be back here. I'm gonna hard block. No kills are going down yet.
Well, it's not even hard blocking, bro. If someone hits left with 26 seconds left on the hill, I'd suck on the
What are they
balls.
doing?
Yeah,
let them hit left. Like, just get the trades on time.
I agree with that, but like, dude, so many times, bro, stop hard blocking when you don't have kills. I'd much rather everyone put like at least like pressure up on the map or be in relative positions to trade, and as soon as you start to get kills, then worry about blocking the spawn, because then you're going to run into situations, especially in this game, with how much emphasis you actually have to put on having a player in the back when kills goes down, where you are going to be playing setups 3v4.
They should know that nobody's. They should know nobody's in that.
Like, bro, they could have
Craze puts
had
himself
so much more map
completely out of the
control.
play.
Yeah.
Bro, if Craze is mid helping Austin here and they get this kill, they just pinch P1. Falcons are dead front.
Yeah.
Like Craze just put his team in a 4v3.
Yeah, that's again just Carolina just looking a little sloppy on some of these rotations. They're gonna have to clean it up. They want to start winning some of these hard points. And then we go to the end. I just want to highlight the route from Bulldog. Take a look at this. And this is what I keep telling Stallions, man. Get out early. When you got 15, 20 seconds left of ult, take those routes and take them early. And that's what the Bulldog did. Somebody clip this and send this to Derek and Symbols. Look at what Kismet is doing with 10 seconds left of ult. Look at the super route. He's taking a super duper route right here. Going all the way around, staying on the outskirts of the map, going all the way because they're coming off ult. So Bulldog knows that they're going to have to break this P1, and it's a lot easier to break a hill when you're attacking it from every angle than just flooding the same side. And instead of collapsing on mid-stairs, he gets the kill statue first and then backs on up to the stairs and gets the kill. Just a great heads-up play from the Bulldog.
Hold on. Back this up, though.
Sure, Benjay. What do you see, Benjay? What do you see?
I will say, great route of the kids.
Yep.
But bro, like back it up. Austin is the guy in hill, rotated new. They double push out front. Like there's someone other than Austin has to pick up the pinch. Like Austin is rotated to play around new. They have 2 front. Like the only thing that's open is right. So you want him to run out of new, You get
Wait,
initial time to
Austin's-
go
No,
out.
Austin's
Austin's in
in the
P2 right
back,
now.
Benjay. Are you sure you're looking at Austin, or are you looking at another arrow?
Austin's 5, correct?
Yeah, he's number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And P4, then there's
how do
P1.
we get into this situation though? Like back up another 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
back it
Last
up
guy
all
on
the
spot
way
should
for
just
you.
pick up the right.
yeah, no, I know, but like this might be one of those weird ones.
They
where,
should be picking up the right.
Hold on, back up a little more.
How far you want me to go?
Austin's first one off the spawn.
Yeah, first one off the spawn is Austin. Yep.
Then Lurks.
I don't think Austin should have done it. Somebody
Those
else
are-
should have done that shit.
It's a weird one because the guy said
No, it's just good
Well, they
timing.
also-
It's
they
just
also
good
just have
timing out of
old kids.
kids. Yeah, it's good timing out of kids because
it's a weird situation.
I think the last guy, I think either like 6 or 7 or somebody, like one of those couple guys coming off spawn at the end. Like Austin's picking up the push through real quick, right? A couple teammates are coming off spawn. Like somebody has to turn and pick up the right, and it should have been either 6 or 7. It should have been either Nero or Craze. 6, 7. Why is everybody spamming 6, 7 in the chat?
Hey, you walked into that one,
Jesus,
too.
man, I did walk into that one.
It's easier said than done because you go and pick up that pinch and nobody hits it. They overflood your teammates. They take map control from the front. You go and pick up that pinch and there is a guy that hits it. Great for you, but like it's one of those things where it's like a risk that you're taking. They're trying to just play a tight setup and they do understand that somebody could have been through. Kismet just got a good timing.
Well, he just hits it early. You can't read that. When you hit it really early, you actually can't read that.
Oh, they
Yeah.
didn't have a tight setup. They had 2 push out
They
front.
had a tight setup. I'm saying right there. What are you?
It's a tight setup,
Go
Benji.
back.
It's a
That
tight
is
setup.
It's a
They have
tight
two
setup.
guys. They have 2 guys in hill. One guy watching the OE, and number 5 is looking at the pitch. It's just good timing at a kiss. Risk versus reward. Like, yeah, it's easy for us to say they should have picked that up, but again, you're not accounting for the fact that they're playing actual players, and there's no guarantee someone's going to take that route every single time. Like. It's easier said than done. I think this is more so a great play. I think this is more so a great play out of Kiz and less of a bad play out
I'm
of
gonna be
Ravens.
honest. Every pro team takes that route off the right.
Okay, and you would say that every pro team tries to go around the back or on whatever hill, and Falcons just broke it from the front. Like you can just make these arguments all day, bro. Like you're playing against real. You're playing against real human. Ravens are playing against real humans
Like
that are
this
gonna.
is real
that are
animosity.
gonna. No, it's just like
Who's
sometimes
the bigger
we
ball knower?
No, sometimes we just like nitpick plays when in reality it's just like one of those things where if it works, it's like great play out of them. Where if it doesn't work, it's like, oh wow, they made such a mistake. When in reality, it's just like, bro, it's COD, it's timing. Sometimes you can't account for everything.
Bulldog just made a great play and got out early. It's hard to read those routes when you do it so fast. Like when you do it early.
Once your timing's off and that route hits, bro, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. I didn't have much in the S&D. Carolina got absolutely boo-bopped in the surge. I don't even know what they were doing in the S&D. It looked like they were just running and dying. And then we get to the overload, and again, like not even 45 seconds into the game, Falcons. Can we talk about the break-off real quick? I actually think break-offs and overload are really important. Because you could go up 1 or 2 points early, and then once you're up and overload, it kind of changes the way you play a little bit, because you don't need to make the play anymore once you're up. And you could just wait for the other team to try and do something dumb, get the kills, and then you're off again, right? Just keep hitting them with counters all day. So I feel like scoring that first point, like those first couple points in overload, is actually really important. We can see how the breakoff starts. Got a couple guys going mid, one guy going right, and take a look at the Bulldog. He's going all the way around left, and what I like about that is when these kills go down, he's already pushed up, right? Like he's already blocking that left side of the map. He got so much space off the rip of the map that as soon as all the kills go down, he's already there, spawning them back right, blocking that spawn, and of course, they grab the device, and where are they going to bring it, right? I mean, they're going to bring it right to the Bulldog.
Hold on, Tom. Back up. I mean, nobody on the Ravens
Picked
looked
it up.
left.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't pick it up.
Entire sequence. Nobody contemplated someone could be coming from P2.
Yeah, they didn't even
In this
pick it
entire
up.
sequence.
They should have sent somebody there. I mean, they probably should send somebody there. I mean,
Tom, you've seen the clip from the fucking scrim earlier this week where on the opposite side of this, literally ran down middle map. Austin got back down window. 2 guys flew out lower on Carolina. He grabbed the ball and ran straight in their spawn and capped. Like, not getting shot by anybody.
I don't think you need to send somebody P2, but you got to acknowledge that the cut's going to be open late. Lurks just chalked it. Like there was just no thought. What? No, P. Ben's talking about
Raven
P2.
should have went.
Ben said
Raven should have
P2.
went.
So you just gotta contemplate someone's there.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I mean,
Like,
they
he didn't
gotta
even
know.
turn.
I think he meant P5. I think he meant
P5.
P5.
Did
He
you
meant
mean P5,
P5.
Ben, or did you mean P2?
I
P5.
meant tank. I didn't mean P5. I'm not saying.
Yeah, he's talking about P2. That's
Oh,
what
you
I'm
are
saying.
talking about P2. I thought you were talking about where Bulldog went.
No, because
Yeah,
Prentice walks out B cut and gets a 2-piece.
Bulldog, I think you covered. I'm just saying that they literally let AG just
Stay right there.
and stuff from the back.
Yeah.
Like Lurks just doesn't even acknowledge that they didn't send anybody P2 and that there just could not possibly be a player coming through P cut.
But you're saying
just
when
walked
AG
in.
gets the two-piece here, when he gets the two-piece, That's
And then like
interesting.
this whole play is chalked because it's already leading A, then they get the insta cap. That's what Ben's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they just gave up both sides of the map right there. I mean, I don't even know if it's a good break from Falcons. I think it's more so a bad break from
Carolina.
Carolina. Like,
Yeah, 4 mid is
if you're
diabolical.
gonna go 4 mid and you get kills, where the fuck do you think they're gonna be? They're gonna be on the sides of the map that you didn't look at. So like, I don't even know what they were doing there.
Let's listen to Carolina and see what these guys are saying over here.
I'm there bottom P3, hold on. There's a thing here.
Yeah. Top
P3,
P3,
top P3, top P3.
We could, I could look.
Let's kill P3. P3 jumped out. Nice, good shit.
Go right, guys. They might be chasing Con. I think they're chasing Con.
One's on there. He's top P3, top P3.
I know.
Top P3. Okay,
Top P3 MC. Top P3 MC. One's out.
Stay left short.
There's exit. I'm up right.
L, X,
right.
on bomb. On A bomb laying down. One short on me.
Heard you.
On A bomb. Dead. One short.
I'm going
Yellow, one short.
Our mid Predator. Our mid Predator. One shot.
Yeah, yellow.
Top ring. Kids top crate and another one bottom crate. Yeah. Pillar. Top ring. One to top P3.
Low right MC.
Nice.
Low right MC.
Give me a
Another
long.
stun. Hard stun.
Short. Done.
Go straight MC. Oh, sorry, weak. Half
long.
Let's go.
Nice.
I'm going P3, guys.
Let's get kissed.
Heard you.
He's off,
I'm
right?
on right. Yeah, he could be deep on me.
P3, top P3, kids. Dead.
Nice.
Two back right.
Back flat, weak Kismet. X-Nid, one shot flat, guys. He's going P3, I think. P3, I think.
Deep kiss.
Yeah, I'm on
P3.
Wait, can you back up?
Yeah, you want me to just shut the listen off? Because there's so much just happening.
I want you to replay it. Did somebody, the ball guy, call to go left and his teammates just blatantly ignore him?
Let me see. Let me put the
I
comms
don't,
back on.
I don't know. I don't know their voices super well. I'm not gonna lie. Like Crazy and Lurks. Did the ball guy call to go left and they just ignored him?
Two back right.
Looks like
Weak
it.
Kismet. X-Nid, one shot flat, guys. He's going P3, I think.
Like right there. Did you hear it? Am I
Yeah,
tweaking?
he said push out left. I think that was someone saying push out left.
And they just fucking ignored him. And
I mean,
then
number
ignored him
5.
and
I
didn't
think he was
die?
talking to number 5
Number
or
7,
maybe
number
7.
7 could have had so much space on the
That's
left
what I'm
side.
saying, like-
Obviously, it's like a
Yeah.
little hindsight because we're like not reading like the spawn like
Like the
properly,
correct play
but-
was for sure to go left in that situation.
But I don't hate number 7's play though. Like he gets here early, gets the kill in server or in P3, so they don't have to worry about that at all. I hate what he did after, how he just has so
Yeah,
much
Crazy
space on
slides
the
out.
map and just slides out. Doesn't throw a stun, doesn't shimmy.
Bro,
Like he should just
I
hold
just-
that because his other 2 teammates, one with the ball and one with the ball carrier, could just push up the left, and they have all the space in the world.
Where the hell is Nero going?
Like that was just such a
Bro,
bad.
I
attempt.
just think people don't move the ball around enough, bro.
They
It's so,
don't.
like a lot of the time,
They
like
actually
it's like
don't.
so predictable. It's like okay, the ball's on the bottom right of the map, so naturally everyone's gonna flow towards that area. If you have an opening to go clear space left and get kills on rotation, for like the players rotating once they see the ball moving, you should be doing it.
But even right here, like look at this situation right here in the beginning. Look, Craze, Nero finds one, right? And then Lurks is here. But why is Nero running the device down mid here? Like he could have just brought this right. Like, bro, I hate when people try and make hero plays and overload because it's just not gonna work. It's never
Go to
gonna
your
work.
teammate.
Like
Especially at A, 'cause
number
they
5,
spawn looking at the cut.
Slasher's literally spawning right. You get a kill. Nero can just jump down and push right with Liddy, and they can actually try and make a play here. But instead, like he's just trying to play hero ball through mid cut, and it's just not gonna work, right? Like that, like shit like that is just not gonna. You're not gonna get anything from it. You want to at least give yourself a chance, right? And
You
with
are
Liddy,
not. My bad. I just want to say you are not going to cap an overload unless 1, you get 3 to 4 dead, or 2, you clear space in a lane and catch them rotating into your iron. Those are literally your only 2 cap conditions in this game. The only way that anything else happens is the other team that you're playing actually shuts their fucking eyes and just lets you run it in. So if there's fucking 4 people alive, hell, if there's 2 people alive, and you have 0 space on the map, stop trying to run the drone into their base,
it's
bro.
not gonna work.
Chris,
I'm sick of it.
Especially at a point where they spawn next to the Humvees, looking at both of the ways that you could run to that.
Bro,
point,
I
either
promise
from
you, I
outside
think
or
people,
mid-cut.
I think people are still delusional somewhere in their heads, and they still almost like try to play it like uplink. It's like they think, oh, if I can get this into their base, it's almost like they can throw it in. I know they can't, but like, it just stop trying to make hero plays to the ball.
Yep.
2 cap conditions.
It's never gonna work.
4 dead, or lane space. No other condition is going to give you a cap. So stop fucking trying it.
You guys got any
Chris,
other?
Well,
Go ahead,
just to
Ben.
finish your thought, Tom.
Yeah, I was gonna say final
I'm trying to
thoughts.
say you up, Tom. Like Chris, your point about using the ball to create space. Tom, what do they teach you in soccer? You can create space by dribbling, but you know what you can create space by doing?
Pass it the ball.
Yeah, and you can do the equivalent in this thing by moving it around. Absolutely.
Absolutely, Benjay. Always a pleasure hearing the references from Benjay's football knowledge. You know what I mean?
2 weeks in, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I don't really.
There's plenty left, man. There's plenty more in the.
The only thing is you can't pass the device in this game. You can't pass the device.
Overload.
Your whole team and cost the defense.
Overload is going to play so much better when they can drop the ball. Because then people will be like,
they
okay,
can drop
we're
it and have their gun out and just take
we're
a
not
chow.
in a good spot. We're not in a good spot.
I think the
drop
better
rock.
football reference is this is what you were trying to say is, you know, when you make runs in football, right, you bring defenders with you and it kind of opens up gaps in the pitch, right? And I feel like that's the biggest thing you can do with the device, right? Like if you're running the device and you're making those runs with the device, it kind of spreads out the defense and they don't know where you're going. And when you're juking left and right, you kind of catch them on their ankles a little bit. They don't know where you're going. And by the time they rotate back, you already have somebody on the other side fucking there, just wide open, fucking making a play, right? Just by himself. So it's like, you know, you got to be able to move the device. Like Duarte said, if you don't move the device, you're just going to make it so easy for the other team. It's just going to be simple for them. It's not going to make it harder for them. And, you know, that's what Carolina did today. They just didn't do anything, really. They didn't have anything in their back pocket.
You don't want to get funneled in this game, man. I think that's pretty clear if you watch how the minimap plays out. Like, you need to force yourself to take odd man challenges in your favor and not get pinched from all sides, because that's how you get countered and blundered. And like watching some of these teams play this map, and in particular Den, like they don't seem to understand that concept, or maybe they do and they just don't know how to communicate to each other to prevent that from happening.
You guys got any final thoughts on Falcons and Carolina?
Oh man, thoughts? I mean, go ahead.
No, I didn't say that. Just final thoughts.
That's what someone else says. I was gonna say, I mean, if Carolina's not gonna win S&Ds, I don't know how far this team's gonna go. Like I thought this was gonna be like a pretty solid S&D team, and today they just looked really bad. For Falcons, I mean, I'm excited to see how they play against like the FaZes, Torontos, the Miami Heretics, and where they match up there, because they show they could dominate the lower tier teams. But that mid-pack competition, like, I'm excited to see what they could do.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts? Anybody? Going once, going twice? All right, let's hop into the next series of the day. We got G2 Minnesota going up against Boston Breach. And this one, as expected, going down to a map 5, where Boston Breach were able to win this one 3-2 and complete the reverse sweep. We start things off on a Colossus hardpoint. We had a crazy ending to that one, 250 to 247 in favor of G2. Then we got a Raid S&D where G2, easy win for them, 6-1 in that one. A Scar Overload where Boston, this is where they started to kick up and change that momentum. They went 4-2 in the Overload. They went 250 to 145 in the Scar hardpoint. And then they went 6-3 in the Den S&D. We'll scroll down here, take a look at the stat sheet. Everybody negative here from G2, except for Kremp with a 1.04. He had a 0.84 from Estrio, a 0.84 from Mamba, and a 0.87 from Caesar Skies Bueno. On the other side, a 0.93 from Cammy, but everybody else positive. A 1.23 from Nasty, a 1.02 from Purge, and a 1.33 from Snoopy. Good series out of him. Had the most kills in the lobby with 105 kills. Nasty right behind him with 103. We'll scroll down and take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Snoopy. A 1.04 in Hardpoint, a 1.25 in Search, and a 2.31 in Overload. Snoopy doing what he does best, and that's slaying out. He had a phenomenal series. Good plays coming in from Snoop. But Sam, we'll start with you on this one. Boston, they get the reverse sweep. G2 started off hot. We thought it was going to be a 3-0. And then Boston, out of nowhere, just kick up and make this a series and bring it all the way back. What are your thoughts?
It's definitely a tale of two halves on this one. I think Mamba had a rough last 3 maps. I'm not putting it all on him, but I think that he was just struggling to get things going on 3, 4, and 5. But I mean, Snoopy had a fucking blinder of a series. That guy played incredibly well. Same with Nasty. I think Nasty again was super underrated going into this season. I'm happy to see him playing well. But I mean, Kyle Kremp also banger series. Guy's insane. I don't know, man. This is kind of an ode to last year. They went game 5, round 11, like 3 times, I think, last year. So similar outcome. This is a 50-50 for me. Unfortunately, I picked G2 to win this one, but Snoopy and Purge, I mean, honestly, the whole team played really well in the second half. So they seemed, I don't know, that they Snoopy had a post game and they seemed confident, even though they were getting absolutely slammed in the Raid S&D. Clint said that they were laughing and smiling. So it seems like they still felt in control of the series, regardless of being down 2-0, which is a good sign because it means you're confident in what you're capable of doing. So
Yep, for sure. What about you, Benjay? What you think of the series? Boston Breach, bring it back.
So a couple of things. I think Sam touched on the nature of the 50-50 in this. We were talking about in the watch party the stat that apparently the last 5 times the two franchises have played each other went to Game 5 in Minnesota, won the Game 5. Now we have now broken that streak. I think it was a bit of a blunder by Boston in the beginning of the series in the veto process. Minnesota last week banned Den Hardpoint in both their series. And it was pretty clear if you watched them play last weekend and in some of the launch tournaments that like Colossus is kind of a bread and butter.
Yeah.
So that aside, I thought it was very odd that Boston, and I assume is correct, banned Den.
Yeah, they
in
did.
the series. And they let Minnesota then be like, okay, well, those guys banned our auto ban that we've gotten rid of now. Let's pick another map. And then Boston picked Colossus on them. So they did have an interesting decision out of Boston. I think they may have fumbled being in the set and gave Minnesota 2 of their best maps. But
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was close, Purge. I hear you on that.
Yeah, you said we lost by 3
Nah,
points.
yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think the first
hear
2
you on
maps
that.
are a
That's
little
your
overblown right here. Like the second
There's no
map makes the
comeback,
first map look bad.
Yeah, it's a good
But
comeback.
like
It was
map
interesting.
1 was like literally 1 kill away from the other team winning, so I don't think we look too deep into like that ban yet.
That ending was crazy, Bob.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was probably
Boston
the
was-
best ending so far.
I mean,
will
Purge,
say-
to be fair, though, you got off of Colossus and then you beat him by 100 points on a scar.
Boston
You know, so
also
it wasn't
made
even close.
Boston also made a cut. We're making a comeback that map. I think
Also got
Rocker was
unlucky
looking really good at one
because
point.
You can watch in that map. There was a one part where Byron got a big 2-piece and then had to reload his gun. If so, his pistol out. He meant it. Like the map went into being close to raid, not so close. But again, I think to your point, Sam, I think the adversity that Boston dealt with in the series and then exceeded, especially at the end, is like extremely tough for a lot of these guys. So I would say that.
Yeah. What about you, Duarte? What'd you think of the series? Boston Breach, you get the reverse sweep against G2. It was a good series.
Yeah, I was a little scared for Boston after the first 2 maps. I did have Minnesota to win. But then, unfortunately for Minnesota, or fortunately for Boston, and unfortunately for Minnesota, I think Mamba's controller broke or something mid-series because he was basically a non-factor from maps 3 to 5. And it's surprising because his KD is still like a 0.8, but so he must have had a pretty decent like map 1 and 2.
Yeah, he top
but-
fragged in a map 1. He top fragged.
Yeah, map 3, 4, and 5, bro. Dude, he was getting so flustered. Like, I don't know what happened. He's just so disheartened. And he was getting fucking fried.
Yeah, but it was also challenging
I would say
places
more the
to
last
face.
map. I mean, the map 4,
Yeah,
they were
the
losing every
last map was
rotation.
despair.
Like
The
he
last
played
map
well
was
map
despair.
1 and 2, and then map 4 they were getting put in a blender. They all got pooped on. And the last map, yeah, I think they just kind of I think he lost his cool a little bit in the last map.
And then
but-
yeah,
He's always
shout out to Nasty. Apparently he is top 3 KD so far in the CDL. I mean, he hasn't played.
he has
No,
improved
this
great
is
so
for
much.
nasty,
Cup,
bro. That guy is
but
godlike.
Yeah.
he's got those takeover series, and now we've seen 2 of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, he played great. Snoopy fried this series, and it's what you want to see out of the Boston team. You know, carrying that teamwork from last year and adding a pack a punch and Nasty to their team. These guys are going to progress and they're going to be good the whole season. I don't know if they'll crack top 4, consistently, but these guys definitely seem like a dark horse right now.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I was gonna say on the Boston side, I mean, they're just a gritty team. If you go game
Yeah,
5
they
with
are.
Boston, it's not comfortable. They're a really good S&D team. I mean, we saw the Thieves last year go game 5 with them multiple times and just lose it. Sorry, Sam. But I just love like they're also very fundamentally sound in the way they play hardpoint. So shout out Nasty. I mean, he added the extra firepower, the extra pace that this team needed in those respawn game modes. And I saw people saying something about Nasty being like the best map 4 player in the world going back for like this game and even last game. For some reason, Nasty just fries on map 4. So someone probably needs to do some digging and actually find these stats if we can like see if it really can back it up. So shout out to Boston for like clutching up, even though they had like a heartbreaking map 1 loss. On the other side, Rocker, everyone's saying, oh yeah, Mamba trolled maps 3, 4, 5. But that's going to be the issue with Rocker. Like Kremp popped off the whole series and then everyone else's controllers just died. There's going to be having so many consistency issues. Someone else got to step it up. Like I need a Caesar takeover on a respawn. Estro's not always going to do it. Mama might not do it. So Caesar got to step up. But they all just got shit on. Like someone needs to help. So there needs to be some consistency with the AR duo on Rocker. I'm going to be worried about them in the respawns all year.
Yeah, no, for sure. G2, what's Ernie saying? Dumbass. G2, I agree, Dylan. Like Kremp, he's kind of like that guy, right? So you need other people to step up, and we gotta have to see some more consistency from these guys. But anything else you guys want to say before we hop into some clips over here? All right, let's swap over. I do want to start things off for the listening here with Boston Breach. Did sound a little chaotic, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. Let's go into the listening with Boston Breach.
Everybody relax.
Go to the right, yeah?
Nothing center, bro.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna be there starting you.
Hold on, guys. Elbow me down.
It's back,
That's on you.
Nice, I fit free left.
One,
They're gonna spawn out, bro.
Yeah,
Back,
yeah,
yeah,
elbow, guys. Elbow,
Nah,
guys,
still spawning, I think.
elbow,
Yeah, on you, Astral. Weak as fuck, this too, okay?
Guys,
Guys,
dead.
Astral.
One shot back. Spawn out. Take your time.
I group play, Mamba.
On you, two on you. I'm back.
I'm
I'm back, I'm back right.
Push out.
Kyle jumped out.
Weak as fuck, guys.
He's upstairs.
He's pinch our side P4. He's gonna be pinch our P4.
That's fine, P4. Yeah, P4 got me. He's on side, another.
Top players got
I'm
side.
back there. I'm watching time.
One side door, inside door. Creme weak, side door, push side door.
I guess some enemy. He's front of me, guys.
I have elbow.
He's in
Watch
pinch
front of
left.
me. I have one shot, guys. He's in front of me.
I have elbow.
I'll kill side. I got top mid.
I'm the new family. I need a trophy heaven. Down
Got him front.
Okay, yeah.
One more in front of me.
Don't you guys in the oven?
Front weak, guys.
I'm bringing you down.
One top mid, two top mid.
Okay, I heard.
Top mid, one shot. Close right and deep left.
He's not in top
I
mid.
switch right, Evan.
He's not in top mid.
He's on the touching.
One's top mid of me, actually. Mamba, one shot our stairs.
Or jump top.
He's hitting lobby,
I
Mamba.
need.
He's really weak. He could be in our lobby.
Bobby.
Must win tunnel.
Nice, good
You're
shot.
right,
Everybody slow down, okay?
Yeah, I'm doing our
Slow down.
stuff.
Come with you, okay? Look at.
I don't see him our side. He's pushed up our
Take your time, man. Gotta go top mid.
Right crate. I got naded. Nice shit. I started.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening for Boston Breeze. Sam, I think you said in the watch party. Holy hell, what the hell were they even saying?
Yeah, they sound kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie.
They were
As long as they
fucking
understand
turned.
it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at least they're bringing the energy, right? But
The break right before that ended, by the way, was fucking horrendous. I don't know what G2 was doing on that P3 as that listening ended.
Yeah, we could take a look at it actually and see what the fuck was going on. Because I was gonna go to the end because the ending was fucking nuts. But yeah, let's take a look here and see what happened.
Because this is a big, I mean, tie game going into
They
this
just let
P3
Purge.
almost,
It's just like Purge make a play. It's just look at Purge. Just he finds what. It's almost like what Carolina did, right? Like they had
I
a
was
guy
just about to
push
say the
up.
same thing.
Like they just have a guy who gets pushed up by himself and
Might
he
need to
gets
ban
picked.
that crate.
Yeah,
Guys
like
getting
they-
soloed out.
Yeah, once this guy gets soloed out, man, it's kind of chalk. Purge makes a good play, and I love how quick he is, too, after he gets the blood. He doesn't even hesitate. He's just so decisive. He gets into the hard point, pops a two-piece, and, I mean, he gets three, actually. He ends up finding three. And then they got both sides pushed out. They instantly flip him as well. So it's just a phenomenal break from Boston there. And, again, G2, just getting pushed out there, not playing tight enough? Like, it's just a bad
I
setup,
think they just weren't helping each other. It seemed like they were all just kind of in one and done spots. Like I think the only way that situation really works is if somebody on hill is helping whoever was pushed out on the crate. Like they had no team shots at all. Purge just walked out their side, got a freebie, and at that point it was cooked because someone has to block. Now you're in 2v4 because they're overwhelming their side, and it was done.
Yep. Once one mistake happens, it's kind of like a domino effect. It just starts trickling down, and it's fucked. But then we get into the end of the game, and I mean, I'm just going to let this play out, to be honest with you, and you guys can just commentate over it. But the ending of this game was fucking insane. We were all going nuts in the watch party, and there were some big fights. This is where it gets really mixy on Colossus, man. Like, some of these hills, they're just so flood heavy. And you can see Boston, you can see how they're able to try and get in here and kind of, delayed G2 from winning. G2 did end up winning the map, but they get a clean 4 dead here. Everybody's like, okay, it's over. Boston, they all die. They should be GG. That should be all she wrote. But somehow, some way, Snoopy finds a fight. Purge wins another one. Boston somehow are able to fight through the front of this hard point and win all these fights and contest in and send us to another P1 hill. And then once it goes to another P1, I mean, G2, they only need 3 seconds left. We're thinking that this is all over still. But somehow Boston do it again where they get a clean wipe. Mamba, he's the last one here. You see Purge, he's getting aggro here. Doesn't want to let these guys breathe. If Purge would have got 1 or 2 there, I actually think they win this game. But Cammy gets 1, Snoop gets 1. The trades are going down. Nasty pops a 2-piece, and we're like, uh-oh, here we go. At G2, they have 1 opportunity to break this hard point to get the W here, and it's Krempy, right? I mean, we've talked about Kremp on Colossus. He gets some space through that jump up by Statue, and he's able to pop a 2-piece there and pretty much get his team into that hard point and win the game for him. So big plays coming in from Kremp and the boys to clutch up. But it got a little scary, Got a little scary there at the end.
I think, I mean, honestly, before all of that even happened, I do want to tip Estriel before that entire situation unfolds because he made a great play on the P4 rotation too. But yeah, I mean, they were literally 1 pistol kill away from winning that map. So
that was an insane ending.
I think the ending of that, Colossus itself, like fundamentally, is kind of a shit show. It's just like a flood fest, whatever. But those styles of maps do lend to be pretty entertaining. So
yeah,
I don't mind it.
Didn't really have much in the maps 2 and 3. Felt like they were kind of blowouts, but I did want to go to the Scar hard point because Boston early on, they just dismantled G2 in this map. mean, they get a good start on the P1, they get a good hold on a P2, but then it's just the way that they rotate to this P3. And I don't know if there's anything from G2's side that you guys don't like on this setup, but I do really like to see how Boston broke this. Look at how they take the routes here. Instead of just rotating left and rotating to this hill, take a look at the routes that they take. They send one guy mid, right? They send two guys around to the right, but you can see number 2, Cammy. He actually drops back, and he just lets Purge take that route. And look at the way they just swarm on and pinch this hill and break. Not only do they have the flip for next, but with 45 seconds left to go, they have a complete rotation yet again. And, I mean, from here, right, like, they just build their lead even more. And I felt like Boston won this game already in, like, the first 3 hills. Like, I already feel like they built their lead so much that, you know, as long as they stay ahead of the game and keep rotating, that they'll be straight. And that's basically what happened. What happened with G2 on that rotation there? You think they messed up here?
Super
layers, bro. Literally
Nobody's
zero
looking
layers.
left. I mean, but nobody's looking left.
Yeah, you got to watch the old push through, especially
they're
when
not
Krem gets
watching
2
it.
at new. You got to pick up the left.
Yeah, I don't know what
Krem
they're
has
doing.
all the front. Like,
Wait, did Justice just spawn there? Like, he was bottom house. Was he holding it and gave it up, or did he just spawn there?
No, he could. He just wanted to take an angle to get up top when he could have just played down low. And
No,
like,
Estro
shouldered or
needs to pick it
something.
up.
Whoa,
Yeah.
back it up.
Estro's last off spawn. Everybody's rotating over. You fill in the gaps, right? First you fill right, then you fill mid, and last guy off spawn has to pick up the pinch. He has to.
He did go to pick it up. He just went to pick it up.
Nah,
and
he
held
did
it.
not. Hell no.
He did
Hell
not pick up the
no.
fucking pinch. He did not pick that shit up.
He picks it up
He left
right
a wide
here, but it's
open
too late.
5-second
No,
timing
I
before he picked
know.
that up.
I know. I'm
Well,
saying
then
he
don't
went to
say
pick
it
it up
if you
from.
know.
I've said he went to go
Yeah,
pick it
get
up
his
from an
ass
alternative
down.
angle.
He did not go pick that
was-
shit up.
It was
Brother,
just not
he
a good
went
play.
around Narnia to pick that shit up.
I didn't.
Get his
Yeah,
ass.
it wasn't a good play. I agree.
Right when you spawn,
I
you
was-
pick that shit up.
I was agreeing with
Krem
you.
already has 2.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you. I'm just saying he went from an alternative
And then
angle.
once he
cost
dies,
himself the
Mamba needs to
timing.
stay alive and just play a corner. So once he dies, like, Mamba needs to chill. He's wide swinging mid map. He's wide swinging nasty, and he falls. And then once that happens, Krempy's losing full. Now Krempy's like, oh shit, he's behind me. You know, and it's all over with. Instantly
now it's
broken.
over.
I mean, G2 could have maybe got a lead change there or brought it back and tied it up, but instead, I mean, Boston go on to build their lead by another 40 points. They go up by fucking 100 points, and it's just chalked. They did, like, after one rotation of hard points, the map is already chalked, right?
I think
Like,
sometimes people obsess with trying to like get the like I don't know what to call the building, the green building side of the hill where Mamba is right now. So sometimes you'll see teams just rotate and not push through. But I think it's just better to like try to like pinch it and worry about what side you have after, even if it's the worst side, because you can hold it from any side of the hill.
Yeah.
especially with that plane
To
head
your
glitch.
point, Chris, then, like, the minute that they lose that side, like, they got to switch sides if they're holding the hill. Because, like, look, they probably still get broken because they get hit from 2 sides when they cut. But, like, they didn't put themselves in any crossfire situation. If they had cross plane to help the guy
Yeah.
to green, they maybe get the trades. Maybe they make it mixy and it's a contest and then get hill time. Instead, they just get broke and spun out.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They just can't double scam the rotation. I don't care what we talk
Yeah.
about. That was
yeah, they're
egregious.
scamming. They're just scamming.
No,
I
I'm more so
instantly wrote it down, and I was
I'm
like,
more
yeah,
so
this map's
tipping-
already over.
I'm more so tipping Boston for not just like tunneling into
Oh yeah,
that.
I mean,
Let's
they
retain
take
this
what they gave
side.
him for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Boston just take it. Bro, there's teams that don't even take those routes, to be honest with you. I mean, Boston does a good job, like, taking their time and taking their routes and pinching hills. I mean, that's what you have to do. And they do a phenomenal job at it. I don't know what happened here, but I do love the nade stacks coming in from Boston. You can see G2, they try to do it right back, but Snoopy with the bubble bay, able to find 2. And then Dylan, I know in the watch party, you were a little confused here how they were able to push up on Mamba. They just kind of waltz out of dojo, like, uncontested.
Yeah, like I thought Caesar. I mean, he went to the room to pick this up. He could have just went straight to the head glitch and kind of had a better angle, but they just run up on Mama, get him one shot, trade Caesar out. It's over. Like,
Yeah. Yep. So you can see right there, G2, you know, the teammates come in. It was good teammates from Boston. But, you know, Boston, they end up going up 5-3 here. And then this is kind of where I think Duarte was talking about. Maybe Mamba lost his head a little bit. Maybe he was a little bit flustered. But, you know, you go into the defense. G2 do have an opportunity here to maybe bring this to another round and, you know, maybe try and push around 11. But Mamba jumping out the middle of the map by himself, and he tries running away, and it's just too late. Snoopy ends up getting the first blood. It was just an interesting play from Mamba. Maybe he just thought nobody was there or something. I really don't know. But he just gives them the first blood so early, and it was just chalked after that, right? Like, what was Mamba thinking right there? Anybody know?
Nothing.
Nobody's with him.
Nothing. His teammates have full control of B and A.
And they have
so-
no info
and
at all.
They have no info either, so it's like,
Yeah.
he just blacked out.
Yeah. I mean, pushing with no info is, you know, That's what I used to do back in the day and get yelled at. You know what I mean? You got to be careful what you're pushing. You know what I mean? Because you could be hurting your team getting blooded like that. They go down in numbers, and after that, it's pretty much chalk. You see Kremp, he's in absolute hell on site, trying to walk through smokes and one way these smokes. But Boston Breach, like Dylan said, they're just such a gritty team, man. Once you get to these map 5s, it's going to be a tough team to beat when they're on the momentum train. Just bringing it back, winning map 3, winning map 4. I just didn't see them losing this last map, to be honest with you. But good job for the Boston Breach. They get the reverse sweep. G2, I mean, I still think it's positive from them, right? Like, they've had a good start to the season. I think we've been pretty impressed. I don't think we expected G2 to be competing like this. So to see them doing what they're doing, it was a tough loss for them. But I think they'll bounce back. It was a good series. No, guys, it was a good series.
Yeah, I mean, G2 and losing game 5s is not...
Yeah,
I really hope that trend does not continue.
It never ends.
Season.
It never ends.
I'm praying.
And yeah, any other final thoughts, guys? Because this next series, I mean, there's not going to be much to say here, guys. I mean, there might be something to say, but
we gotta start talking about roster changes for this series already. Because
you might have something to say, but if you want to listen, the Arctis Nova Elite headset is out now. Steel Series Plus Premium headset. To date, it features ultra fidelity, 96 hertz wireless audio, carbon fiber drivers, multi-source mixing up to 4 sources at once, as well as an infinite power system with 2 batteries for no downtime. It's super easy to swap out those batteries.
Run the outro, Tom.
And yeah, make sure you check this out and more for the holidays at steelseries.com.
Guys, I swear there were 3 series today. No, it's not. There wasn't.
No,
2.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
I thought there was 3 today.
Segue,
Definitely had to show some love. No, had to show some love to Steel Series, of course. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's episode. W ad read from Benjay. But yeah, guys, make sure to head over to steelseries.com. What an absolute pleasure. But let's swap in to the last series of the day. We got the Vancouver Surge going up against Toronto Koi. And man, was this one not even close. 250 to 111 first map. Toronto bopped them around 11 in the map too, which honestly, Vancouver almost got a map win on the board. But once they lost that, it was all she wrote, because then we go to the Den Overload and it was 4-1 Koi, where Joe Deceives was all over the map. They couldn't contain him. We're going to scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet, and as predicted, we got another red carpet. Vancouver Surge getting shit on here against Toronto Koi. We got a 0.63 from Lunars, a 0.67 from Legend, a 0.8 from Gwyn, and a 0.95 from Abe. It is not good from the side of Vancouver. And on the other side, you got the all-time highs here. You got a 1.42 from Kleenex, a 1.64 from Joe, a 1.06 from Jamie, and a 1.16 from Riao. Man, 1.64 from Joe Deceives is insane. Also the most damage in the lobby by far. I think the next... He was at 9,100 damage. The next closest is what, 7,500? 7,500 damage from Kleenex. So what a series from Joe Deceives. They didn't show the match MVP yet, but we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be Joe D. So great plays from him today. I think we all expected this, because I'm going to be honest, I could pull up some clips. I had most clips on the first and second series. I didn't know what to write down for this one, man.
Don't show me a single thing from this series.
These guys were getting clapped, man.
Like, see a gunfight.
Watching it, I'm not going to lie, I kind of felt bad. I felt bad watching it, because I'm like, clearly they're just not a very good team, and Legend's also just getting thrown into a blender, bro. Like, you could tell that, like,
he doesn't even have a chance, man.
Nah, he could shoot. It's just he just doesn't really know what's happening, right? Like, it just seems like even some of the routes he was taking in the overload, it was kind of like scratching your head a little bit, like, where's he going, But not trying to kick Legend while he's down. It's hard, bro. It's not easy. Like, he doesn't have a lot of reps in COD. So, some of the things that all the reps that these players have, like, he's got a lot of catching up to do. You know what I mean? And, he's going to have to try and work it out and put in the work, man. I kind of feel bad for him, because I think he could be a good player if he knows what he's doing, but I feel like they're kind of setting him up for failure. Does anybody else feel that way?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, he probably should have started in challengers for a little bit and like get used to the game, because he came straight from Halo over to COD like instantly. Yeah. But then also even the CDL team he joined, because he got a CDL offer, great. But the team he joined, who the fuck is teaching him how to play COD over there? Because they're all rookies, they're all very young. So it's just like, it's a tough situation.
Yeah, really tough. I mean, Duarte, you got any thoughts on Vancouver or any thoughts on Toronto? Go ahead, Duarte. The floor is yours.
I mean, it's just a young team with like no direction, man. They just they're gonna need so much work. This is Lunar's second time in the year or second time in the league, and this is Abe's technically second, but even though he was in the league for a little bit, so I'm not really gonna say it's his second time. And then Legend has not played COD. So, I mean, and people were comparing the situation to like Shotzi and stuff like that. But, dude, Shotzi played like S&D wagers and stuff like that for
He teamed with
decent amount.
Crim6 and Clayster, brother.
And then he also teamed with Crim6 and
Rambo's
Clayster
coach
and
is
It's a
Rambo.
big difference. It's a big difference, man.
Yeah, it's not comparable, man. Like this guy got thrown into the fucking blender.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say shit because I think anyone that has zero experience for the most part in COD is gonna perform the same, if not worse. I just think he needs some more time in the oven and he needs to hit the challengers, bro. Like he definitely needs to feel out the lower end of the competition spectrum before he moves on to playing the big boys. And it showed in this series, bro. There was times where he just looked completely lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad. Like that's what I was talking about on stream today because people in my chat were flaming him, and I'm just like, dude,
Lunar's got shit on too. Yeah, they all got shit on.
yeah, they all got fried.
They all
But
got
like,
fried.
I'm reserving like all judgment on Legend. Like he's in a lose-lose. He was playing Halo competitively 2 months ago. He's getting thrown into the best Call of Duty players in the world with 0 people on his team telling him where to go the correct way. Like it's a shit situation for him to be in.
Somebody in chat said
be.
Neptune was a nobody and he was God. That is not true. Neptune has played in previous years of the
He was a
CDL
pro
and
for
even
multiple years.
And even before that, he also grinded S&D with people like Spark, for example. Like there's people that have experience in COD, whether it's like through S&D or just when they were younger. I don't think Legend has basically any. So
Yeah. He's played a
not
little bit of
ideal.
COD, but I don't think he was
I mean,
playing
not-
as much as
not
some of these
enough.
other
not
guys.
not
Yeah.
enough. Not enough.
Yeah, 100%.
But I genuinely I actually just feel bad for the situation. Like they're just a not put together team.
So what do you think is next, Sam? Like, do you keep it and like keep trying to improve it? Do you make a change? Like, what do you do with the roster? Like,
I mean, the
what are next steps?
changes are inevitable at this point. I mean, I really don't want to sit here and just fucking come for people's jobs, but I really don't know how Looters ended up on the roster. I mean, he showed me nothing on LAG like the entire season. He probably had like 1 or 2 moments, and then to see him again on a starting team just like kind of surprised me. Again, Legend, what we talked about. I think Gwen is obviously fine. And then I'm actually high on Abe. He was my early rookie of the year pick, but on a team like this, it's probably fucking cooked.
Yeah.
So I just, the team looks like it should have Lamar on it, like, or a slasher on it. Like that's what this team looks like. And they don't. So it's just, they're just kind of left to their own devices. It's like fucking Lord of the Flies, bro. They left all the kids on the island and they're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with this franchise is they've never nailed the initial roster construction in any year of the CDL. And last year, they did a really good job of pivoting out of that. Obviously, we all like Charlie, but it wasn't a good fit. They picked up Neptune, obviously it worked out for them. They're in a similar situation. Like, I don't think that they made the right decisions here. So the next month and a half, whether they're going to make a change during the stage or right after, is super key in how the rest of the season is going to go. Because these are 2 paths. What happened last year with them, where they made a change and they clicked it on from there, or they turn into the Gentlemates of this year and they're just a non-factor, essentially, like 9 months of the season left.
Yeah. What do you think, Dylan? What are your thoughts?
Oh, just about Vancouver Surge as a team.
Yeah, everything, the series, Vancouver as a team, Toronto.
Yeah, I mean,
say
well,
shit
Toronto
about
looks
Toronto.
great. I'm excited to see Toronto play against some more top teams and see how they do.
Yeah, this is not a good
I mean,
test for
Vancouver
Toronto.
Surge, Stallions might give them a run for their money, honestly. But I just like, I'm watching the Vancouver Surge. I'm like, I want them to do good. I'm like pity watching. I'm like, come on, guys, you guys can do this. Like the nice part of me. But I think we all know when we watch them, like it's fucking chalked. To be fair, they've played 2 very difficult teams. So we'll see when they play like the Carolinas or like the lower tier teams. But we all know this team's not going to go far this year. They're going to have to make changes. And hopefully their org will invest a little bit more money into the team to make these changes because it's going to be a tough watch all year.
Yeah, if you're Gwyn, you got to be frustrated, right? I mean, it's like he's got so much talent and you're just trying to get the right team around him. And it's just, I don't know, man. But then again, it's like, I'm sure Gwyn had a say in the roster, right? Like,
I
I don't know. I would think that he does. I would think that he has a say in the roster. I don't know that as a fact, but
this team, from what I know, like it's not like this was last luck. Like to an extent, like this team kind of formed because they all want to kind of play with each other. And the problem that we're highlighting is like there's no leadership, there's no extra teamwork or understanding, so it just all looks terrible on the map. And Yeah, I think they are in a real tough spot going forward.
Mhm.
It's like you don't want to wait because you're not going to be first in line to make changes if you do it after major one, because people are not going to want to go to the situation over probably some better situations. You also potentially don't want to blow it up after 2 weeks. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Tough spot.
And it's not the first time we're seeing Vancouver this weekend. We're also seeing them tomorrow against Cloud9.
No.
We see them tomorrow against Cloud9, last match of the day. But before that, we got LA Thieves versus Genomates. We got Miami Heretics versus Optic Texas. And we have Cloud9 versus the Vancouver Surge. So we'll see what happens there tomorrow. Let's start with the first one, LA Thieves versus Genomates. I'm going to go LA here. I'm going to go LA Thieves. I'm going to say 3-2. I can see this being a really good series, but I'm going to go with LA Thieves in this one. Absolutely, Sam. Come on. Who do you got, Dylan?
Let's go LAT here. Let's go LAT. Come on.
Okay.
This is great.
Predictions are coming in. What about you, Duarte? LA Thieves or Genomates? I mean, Genomates are also a very good team, so
I can't let Sam have that satisfaction. I'm gonna go with the gentle mates.
Damn. Damn, Sam. My bad, Sam. Damn.
All good, bro.
Benji.
Well, it's a bit of a revenge series for Dylan Envoy and for Dan Ghosty, and I have them winning in Game 5 against the Thieves boys.
Well, they're up 2-0 already in the series. The
Revenge
series.
already.
First official match, though. CDL match.
First official match. So
But we'll see if they can continue the trend.
Did you pick mates, Ben?
yeah, correct.
I'm picking mates too.
No.
Yeah,
No.
like he's 3-0.
Just trying not to jinx his team, bro. That's all it
No,
is.
Sam.
That's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
mates 3-0.
That's
DoorDash.
crazy. That's fucking insane. All right. Sam's got the Genomates. Next, we got Miami Heretics going up against Optic Texas. Historically, this matchup in the past, Miami's just always matched up well against Optic. But from what I've seen from Miami so far and what I'm seeing from Optic, I have to go with Optic. In this one, I'm going Optic 3-0. 3-0, 3-1 Optic. I'll say 3-0. What you got, Dill?
Optic. Yeah, Optic. Miami looked behind last week, and now they're going to play the best team in the game right now. Maybe they can get like a 3-1. Maybe they can like clutch up an S&D or something. But in respawns, I think Optic's just going to mop them.
Did they look? I wasn't here last week when Miami played. How did their series go?
They got slammed the first 2 maps really bad, and then they like somehow.
Because they played
won.
Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Last week.
Or no, they clutched up a map too, like a weird map too, right?
Yeah, they clutched.
It was a
it.
weird
Clutched a weird map
series.
too. Then they got 8-0'd in the overload.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah, like the map 1 and 3 were absolute blowouts.
They just,
Yeah.
like,
Okay,
SC
I've heard
the
everything
ball.
I need to hear. I got Miami
Yeah.
3-0.
Wait, what?
You got Miami 3-0.
You got Miami 3-0?
Yep.
Sam knows
You're
what he's doing. He's
sabotaging the breaking
sabotaging. He's
point
sabotaging our
predictions.
fucking
No, I just wanna-
predictions.
hold
I knew
on.
this was gonna happen,
Hold on.
man.
I just want to say for the record, I am looking at the breaking point sheet, and Sam is taking the opposite of the 2 picks that he has currently on the board. So
Oh, really?
First of all,
Really?
that was
He's doing it for
crazy.
show.
That's crazy,
First of all,
man. You're gonna
that was
expose
fucking
him
He's
like
insane.
that?
doing it for
I'm exposed.
show.
You're gonna
But that's
expose him like
behind
that?
the scenes. That doesn't
I'm
count.
exposed. I don't care.
That's so cringe.
I don't
That
care.
was actually fucking
Either-
crazy.
Either step 2 or change your predictions. I don't
What the
know.
fuck?
No
That
fucking
is
way.
insane
He just
cringe.
ratted you out. He just ratted you out.
I don't know
I'm
who-
actually
I don't know
gonna
who's
remove-
more
Nah, Benji,
cringe.
you're fired, bro.
Wait,
I wanna
wait,
hear
you're fired.
Who's more cringe? The guy that looked up
Benjay,
your
you've been
predictions
relieved of your
officially,
coaching
or the
duties.
guy that's lying about his predictions? Which
Benjay,
is
you've
more
been
cringe?
relieved from your coaching duties.
Oh, here we go.
Ben, who do you got?
I think Heretics will take the map too, but I think Optic will walk them in 3 respawns and take a 3-1.
All right, Duarte, you got Optic too?
Optic DoorDash, bro.
Cloud9
Vamos puts her in
Vancouver.
the gutter.
Cloud9 Vancouver. I got Cloud9 3-0. Who do you guys got?
Damn.
You guys want to all say it? You guys all?
Probably say Cloud9.
I had a grueler.
Cloud9 3-1.
This would be
Ruler.
a decent chance for Vancouver to win a map, maybe 2. But I've noticed this thing. If you look at the standings so far, all the blue teams, the bottom 3.
No
Cloud9,
way, bro. No
Carolina.
way.
Vancouver. So
Afro
blue
is
is not
gonna
a good
be
color right now.
Afro's going to be so far up this team's ass, bro. I got C9 3-0.
No
I hear you.
fucking way, bro.
Beans is gonna be eating them alive and shit, Chris, or what?
Yeah, he's eating them alive. Why would you say he's eating them alive, Sam?
Tony?
What's up?
Is that glitched?
Tony, is that
Hi, Zuma.
Tony? Is
Oh.
that you?
Is in it?
Tom?
Tony?
Hi, Zen.
Tom?
Tony! What's up, Tony? Welcome to the flank. Tony, what, you just hopping in just for the fucks of it at the very end of the show? What's going on?
I had you on the big screen. I just got home. I was like,
Absolutely.
let me stop in.
Yeah,
You want
hop
to throw some
in, Tony.
predictions in here?
Yeah,
then?
Tony, why don't you
What's
give us
up,
your
boys?
predictions? Thieves, gentlemen,
Sure.
what do you got, Tony?
Thieves, Gentlemates. Ooh,
Yeah.
this one's tough.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is tough.
Mm-hmm. Who do you got?
Coming to me last or my last.
You are last.
We already all went.
We just
We
finished.
already
We
went.
just
You're on the
finished.
spot.
Gentlemates.
Oh,
Bitch.
I didn't expect it. All right, Miami Optic. Who do you got?
Us.
Okay, and then Cloud9 Vancouver. Who do you got?
I'd rather watch my parents shower, but I think I'm gonna take Cloud9.
Absolutely. While you're here, why don't you give your prediction for the Ben putt? Does Ben sink the putt today, or does he fucking chalk it? What do you think?
Dude, Ben, you've been doing this for 6 years, bro. There's no excuse to miss anymore. It's
He
the same
missed. He
fucking
missed two
shot.
putts last weekend.
It's the same shot you've been
It's
doing
not
for
actually.
6
It's not
years,
golf
bro.
seasons, and it's not golf season anymore.
That's like point of view, bro.
Hey, he missed two putts last weekend. It was not good.
I
Not
think
a
he sinks it. I think he sinks it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben J. Nassim getting ready to sink this putt to end today's episode of The Flank. Huge shout out to
No
Anthony Zitty
slippers on.
Tony.
This might be a miss.
Oh, he's got no slippers on. He's going straight socks
Ooh.
today.
Nah,
This
nah,
might
that's
be a
good.
miss.
That's good. No, I'm telling you.
No, bro. He's got
Oh,
no grip. This
man.
might be a miss.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. No
Ben
stinky
likes a smooth
slippers.
glide.
And he sinks the ball. You
There
walks
he
off.
is. There he is.
Oh, he's
Nice job, Ben.
icy.
I instantly that was
There we
it.
go.
Oh, he's
Nice job,
icy,
Ben J.
folks. Ben J. Nassim.
Instantly
Lady
that was
sing.
Instantly
Oh,
that was
the crowd goes crazy. The crowd goes fucking nuts. Tony, what's going on? You joined us at the end. Might as well say what's good. How's the watch
What's up,
parties
guys?
going? How's everything going? Everything good?
It's good. It's good. Yeah. I mean, I think tomorrow's going to be a banger.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a phenomenal day. Well, Tony,
I feel bad for Serge. That's pretty much all I got.
hey, what are your thoughts
Yep.
on Vancouver Surge, Tony? What are your thoughts? Like, what do you think they need? You think it's time for a change already? You think it's too soon or what?
I mean, I hate like calling for people to get dropped, but I do think like it could hurt Legends' long-term future if the team just continues as it is. Like I think he has to develop, and I'm not out on him. I think unfortunately right now it's going to be a lot of negativity around him because I mean he's thrown to the wolves. He's like forced to basically perform short term, and it's not like he's surrounded by Krim and Clay like Shotzi was in a 5v5 format.
Yeah.
There were 12 more jobs back when that happened. You had a player who was already grinding Call of Duty. You have a player who gets thrown into the pro league right after the Halo season. It's just so much pressure and stress. And like I feel like he could use some time in challengers. I
It's
do
not
think
that bad. It's just
Well,
1 year, bro. He'll
Wait,
be
what
back to
about
Halo next
Lunars
year.
too, though? Because I think Lunars is right there with him.
Yeah, Lunars is.
Lunar's been getting pooped on too. Yeah, I mean, I just think overall,
I
as a
think the
team,
only
they look
player
rough.
that's played well is Gwyn. Like I think I'm higher on Abe than I am Lunars, but I think it's unfair to call out Lunars and Legend and not call out Abe because the only player that I think has actually shined so far is Gwyn. He's the only player I'm like, wow, Gwyn's getting costed.
Yeah.
They are in a tough spot, or people have said if they wait till after Major 1, they are not going to get the pick of who they want.
Here, hear
If
me
they
out.
do it
Here-
soon, they may be the only team making a change. And they can get the first choice option. That is a
Hey.
difficult situation that they are in.
Just pick up a fucking challenger team and put them around Gwyn. Pick up like fucking Geo, Wake, and Yuli.
Bro,
like
put
those
Brack
guys
on
are
this team. Like Brack,
Brack,
I think-
dude, anyone.
Brack's been
only
frying
reason-
in challenges
the only-
for
I
years,
thought-
man.
I
The
thought
only
Brack
reason-
needs a shot for honestly a
Yeah.
good
Yeah, he
amount
does.
of time
He,
now.
he definitely does. The only reason I said Geo, Wake, and fucking Yuli is because they're a challenger team.
What about
Geo,
Swooty?
Wake, Yuli, and Turiel?
What about Swooty? I think Swooty needs his shot, man. I'm gonna be
Okay,
honest with you.
here. Listen, as much as there are great players,
A couple days ago, I don't know about
As-
that.
Yo, he's been cooking. Swooty's been cooking, bro. I'm
As much
telling
as
you.
we all saw the call that he made
Can't
on
do
that
this.
overload map, bro.
as much as they are, there are
Tom.
great individual players and challengers. If they are going to make a quick swap, they should get people that are teaming together and just put them around Gwyn if they have like a weak link, for example.
The Bush.
Yeah, I mean,
This team has
Oh,
TJ Haley
Shaven.
written all over it, man. He's looking like a star down there.
Could get
Yeah,
him
bring
shaven.
get TJ and Gwyn reunited with two of them.
That'd be insane. Getting
That's what I
TJ and
was
Gwyn back together, that'd be fucking nuts. But all right, anybody else got any final thoughts on today's matches, tomorrow's matches? Anything you want to get off your chest before we head out of here? All right, sounds good, guys. Guys, that's gonna do it for us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio sites around. Go follow at the flank on X. Gersh doing a phenomenal job running socials, and guess what? We just hit 150,000 followers on the flank X account, Twitter account, whatever you want to call it. So, Gersh, I see you in the chat. That's phenomenal work from you. And of course, guys, ZooMaa.gg. Go check out the merch. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the flank. Man, take care. Brush your hair. Take it easy, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out, chat. Ciao, ciao.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.